I'm going to wait one more moment. Oh, good. We have people here. Sorry about that if you've already been here. My camera was not working. Welcome back to another Homeschool Break Room. And today we are going to talk about things for mom. I would love to know who's here, so leave a comment down in the chat. If you are new here, Homeschool Break Room, every Thursday we meet live and chat. We share resources for the school, things for the home, recipes, etc. Idea kind of came about from the idea of a teacher's lounge in a public school. And yeah, grab a drink. I have coffee. Oh, I forgot one of my props. I'm really trying to get better about this. Sorry. So I have coffee today with this syrups from Skinny Syrups. These are really good. I had a 3-pack from Amazon. Hello, Ingrid. Right, Ingrid? I don't have my notes with me. I forgot them upstairs. These syrups are really good. They have some fruity ones too that I've heard are really good in waters, and I haven't tried those yet. But these don't have that weird fake chemically taste. Sometimes you'll find in sugar-free things. So they're all good. So that's what I've got today in my adorable little cup. Ingrid, try is what I have used in the past too, but I don't care for the sugar-free version as well. And I have a hard time finding the sugar-free, many of the sugar-free flavors in the smaller bottles. I only find them in the big bottles, but I do like them. So you can buy these on Amazon and on their website. But I have salted caramel vanilla, and I think caramel pecan was the 3 flavors that came in the pack I got from Amazon. So that's what I am having today. And I know that I shared that we were going to only talk about mom things today. But seeing as how we're moms, and often we think of other things that we need to do before ourselves. I've got 2 things before we start for ourselves. One is I found a summer bucket reading challenge for kids, but this could easily be adapted for you as well. So we'll count it as kind of a mom thing. But it's in the style of like, it gives you a list of things like read a story from ancient time or set in the ancient times. Read a story set in modern day. Like, so there are different types of stories that kids have to go find a book about. This is similar to the summer library reading challenges that I was part of when I was a kid. My library did it this way. And so I was really excited to see this. I will include the link for it down below. You do have to register for the person's email list, but you can always delete it off if you don't want to stay on it. I just thought it was a really cute idea. You can also see the list on her site, so if you want a paper version of it, you can just reference that. And the next thing, just a minute. Sorry, my phone was going off. The next thing, before we get into mom things, is that I am working for Homeschool Panda, which, if you don't know, is an online planning app for homeschool, obviously. And we are starting next week. Next week, we will be starting a 6 weeks homeschool planning challenge. This is free. The videos will be posted on the Homeschool Panda Facebook page every Monday, and then at the end of the week, we'll do a check-in. And I'd love for you guys to participate. I will leave the link down below. Each task will be something to help you prepare for your school year that can be accomplished in about an hour, because that's something that I try to do every summer, every week throughout the summer. So we will be hosting that. You don't have to be using the Homeschool Panda app in any way to participate in the challenge, but I'd love for you guys to come participate with me. Let's see who came in. Claudia. Ooh, I didn't know Safeway had that. Oh, but we don't have a Safeway in my area. I don't know if we have a version. I don't know if we have a different Safeway company here or not. I'll take a look. And Tanya, welcome. It's good to see you guys. Let me have a drink and then we will get started. So those are the two things for not mom. And now I left my list upstairs. Let me grab my list here. Okay, so things for mom during the summer. If you have something fun that you are looking forward to doing this summer, a book, a favorite recipe, that's especially if it's just a mom recipe, I'd love for you to share it in the comments. I am always looking for ideas, especially this summer. So let's get started. Okay, first thing, I used to do yoga a while ago-ish, but never consistently. But I follow Pretty Neat Living here on YouTube. I don't know if anyone else follows her. I absolutely adore her. And she talks a lot about a YouTube channel called Yoga with Adrienne. And I have decided that I'm going to give it a try this summer. I'm going to be very careful about not saying I have to do it so many times a week or anything. I just want to do it as something that's just for my body, just for me. Relaxation. She has ones to wake up in the morning and ones at night. She has all kinds of different ones, some specifically for if you are targeting a certain part of your body or something like that. I just want to do it because I think it would be good for me to do. So that is something that I will be doing this summer, and I'm purposefully putting it in the category of fun and not like a to-do drudgery type of thing. And to go along with that, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Yes Fit app, but this app basically has like virtual races that you can complete using biking, walking, running, whatever you want to do. There is a cost to, I think it's a monthly cost to access them. For me, it's just a good motivator to just to keep going so I can complete the races. But each race, there's no charge. You can buy medals and shirts to go along with it, but you can just do the races. And that's what I've been doing for the past 6 weeks or so. I just completed my 4th or 5th one. The ones I've been doing are all in the kind of 20-mile range. And it's just a fun way for me to keep moving and have something to motivate me while I move. Okay, so those are a couple of, oh, and one more thing. I would love to be artistic, but I am not doing it great. I'm not great at it. I see myself being far more crafty and artistic than I really am. But I've been doing this whole mindset of no, I can be, and I can do it just to enjoy it, even if it doesn't look great. So I have decided that something I've wanted to do for a while is learning how to do hand lettering, which is kind of like a calligraphy on the iPad. I'd also like to eventually try it on paper, but I want to do it on the iPad. So I started a course yesterday from Holly Pixels. She has a free course. And so I am going to do that. And I am going to let go of the expectations that it needs to be perfect or needs to be anything other than just fun for me. I don't have to do it so that I can make products to sell. I don't have to do it so I can do anything other than learn a skill, learn something that's fun. So that is something that I will be doing this week. We just had a couple more people drop in. I'd love to, if you're new here or just came in, I'd love to know who is here with me today. Tanya, Adrian's deep stretch routine. Excellent. Is it a good one like before bed, or is it more of an anytime routine? I will definitely take a look for that one, because that's one of the things that my body is just so tight. Like, I spend so much time sitting at the computer or whatever and driving kids around, and I know my body is tighter than it needs to be. So, I'm sorry. So that's what I am going to be doing this summer. And let's see, should we talk books next or food? Anyone have a preference? Two of my favorite things that I'm always happy to talk about. Either way. Okay. Hi, Elisa. It's good to see you again. I'm glad you joined us. Okay, I guess let's move let's talk books. I am not always great at reading. I would love, again, I fancy myself more of a reader than I actually am. But I really do enjoy it. I just don't always make the time for it. Honestly, if I'm going to sit down and blow a few minutes, this is what I tend to gravitate to, unashamedly. But summertime, I love to read. And I love books that take me to another place or another time. I really love books, especially that just take me, just to another place, another country, etc. So I went looking for some book ideas, and I was thinking back to some that I've read, and I thought I'd share a few titles with you today. But before I do, Modern Mrs. Darcy, if you are a book reader, you may have already found her blog before, but she is fantastic. And she always has really good recommendations. And every year she does a reading challenge for the year of just different types of books to read. So, and then in the summer, she puts out a summer reading guide. I'm going to combine those two things and see how many things I can mark off her list. And just some new books to read. I also have the book Becoming by Michelle Obama on my list. Just looks like a fun read. So that's going to be on my list. I have the movies or the books that the new show Sweet Magnolias on Netflix is based on. I have a few of those coming from the library as well. I'm excited to read those books. When I saw the show, I was like, oh, I haven't watched it yet. But when I saw of it, I thought that looks cute. And then I went to go look at the book. I'm like, oh, that cover isn't a cover that would appeal to me, but I'm going to not judge a book by its cover. I'm terrible about it. And I'm going to read those books this summer, I hope. But for you, a few books that I've read before, if you want to have one that takes you to another place. There is a book called Circling the Sun, which, I'm dropping her name, I can't remember her name now. The first female pilot to fly west to east across the Pacific, across the Atlantic Ocean. This book is about her. It's going to come to me. Anyway, she has a biography that she wrote. She grew up, or she spent some time she grew up in Africa, Kenya, I believe. This book, Circling the Sun, is a fictionalized version of it. And a couple of the characters in it were actually the characters who were in the book, in the movie Out of Africa from, I don't know, mid-'80s, I guess. So anyway, they're all real people, but like this book is the fictionalized version of them. It is fantastic. It's set in, like I said, I think it was Kenya in 1930s time period, and it was just a lovely, lovely book. Another one that was really fun was called The Last Train to Istanbul, and this is so the train is the Orient Express, and the book or the main character in it is Agatha Christie, again a fictionalized version of Agatha Christie. So it's just a really fun story, and again, it takes you back to another time, another place. Just a lot of fun. And one more, if you like series, there is a series called The Number One Ladies Detective Agency. Now, I don't like detective type stories, but this series is fantastic. It's not like murder solving type of stories. And the detective part of it is actually kind of more of a side story than it. It's also set in Africa, but more of a modern day Africa. And the lady in it starts a detective agency, and she says that she answers the questions that people want answered. So it's just all kinds of Paula McLean. Yes, that book. And the lead character, Tanya, can you think of her name? I have read, I'm completely diverting back. The book, the autobiography is called West with the Night. And it was really good too, but more, it's just not as novelly written as Circling the Sun is, but it's really good. It's a really good read too. I really enjoy Paula McLean as a author. Anyway, Number One Ladies Detective Agency. She answers the questions people want answered. So it could be any kind of thing. And it's just a fun series. It's easy to read. It's not heavy. It's just an easy summer read. And I know that many of you are like me, and that summer anyway, you want like just easier reads, low drama, ones you don't have to think through. And right now, I feel like this is especially true. My brain capacity just is not great, and my focus isn't great. So these books, the Lady Detective Agency books, are a great option right now because they're quick reads. They're easy to read, and there's like 17 or 18 in the series. And so sometimes I just want a series that I can read, that each time I pick up a new book, I don't have to think through, I don't have to learn new characters. And so series is something that I am really enjoying right now. So if you have a favorite book, Beryl, yes, that's her name. Thank you. Tanya, have you seen Out of Africa or read that book to go along with it? It's been on my to-do or summer reading list. Maybe I should do that this summer, so I can kind of put all of those stories together. That just sounds, I don't know, fun, easy. So those are, just a minute. Yay, yes, go ahead. Hey, kiddo. So those are kind of some book ideas. If you have a favorite book, again, I'd love for you to leave a title down there. And now my favorite topic, food. I just have a few ideas for you this summer of ideas that are, let's see. Yeah. The ideas are, I'm specifically picking up food items that would just be kind of fun for mom, not necessarily worrying about whether anyone else would like it. So one that kind of goes over from books and food is called the Salt and Straw Ice Cream Cookbook. This cookbook authors are ice cream makers in Portland, Oregon. And they have some very traditional type flavors, but then they have some really different flavors. There's several with liqueurs in it. There's one of the turkey ice cream is what I read in the comments. I don't know about that. I will not be trying it. But there are some other ones that are just different flavors that you're not going to find in a store probably. And I don't know, just like something that might be fun to have to make and have after the kids go to bed. Another thing is, well, specifically, okay, so I really love pineapple and I enjoy a margarita. I have a great recipe for pineapple margaritas that uses frozen pineapple in it. And I really like it. But let me give you a tip about frozen drinks. For specifically alcoholic, but if you have other frozen drinks that you enjoy, this will work too. It goes along with my smoothie tip from last week. But I really enjoy making a big batch and then freezing them in these small jars. Again, you want to look for the ones that are straight down because these are the freezer safe ones. And they will say freezer safe if you buy them like in a pack at the store. But if you're buying them like secondhand, you want ones that are straight. But they freeze really well. And since alcohol doesn't freeze, if you freeze alcohol drinks like margaritas, daiquiris, those kind of things, in a jar like this, it's ready to enjoy right out of the freezer. So if you enjoy drinks during the summer or anytime, but especially during the summer, the frozen ones, these jars are fantastic because, my husband doesn't drink those kind of drinks, and it's just nice to be able to make a batch of it for myself. So those are good. And like I said, if you weren't here last week, I talked about that I use these for making, when we do smoothies, I will freeze them in small jars like this as well. Mommy's Cottage, wonderful, I'm glad you're here. I don't know your name though. Can you leave a comment with that? When I originally dreamed of this thing, I kind of figured it would be kind of just a short 10 or 15 minute thing. But it has definitely blossomed into more of a half hour-ish each week. And so, no, you're definitely not too late, Mommy's Cottage. I'm glad you're here. So, Salt and Straw Ice Cream Cookbook. Drinks. Can you tell what I got on my mind today? And one other one is called, specifically grilled pizzas in general. I love grilled pizzas. And my personal favorite for a grilled pizza, and I like to do this after the kids have gone to bed for kind of a late night thing, but grilled pizza with pesto, grilled chicken, red onion, and a little bit of cheese is really good. But during the summer, one I really like is called the Steakhouse Pizza from Pioneer Woman. And I am not a big steak eater, but my husband really likes it, so we have it, somewhat regularly. But I always take part of mine and make this pizza out of it. The sauce is a mixture of balsamic vinegar, Worcestershire, and then regular red sauce. And then again, red onions, the pizza or the steak, whatever, the cheese. It is such a fantastic pizza that is just a slightly elevated grilled pizza. Danielle, thank you. And I just enjoy, like in the evening, eating a late dinner, grilled pizza, a little bit of salad, out on the patio if it's nice enough, and enjoying it just like that. And the Steakhouse Pizza is one of my favorite ways to do that. I usually make my pizza crust, but right now I've been just trying to keep some dough from the store in my fridge for whenever we decide, for easy meals. So let me double check, but I think that's everything that's on my list for today. It is. So next week, we're going to chat about shows, things you want to watch for yourself or with your husband, shows for kids, whatever. And we don't have cable, so I won't have suggestions for that, but I'll look for network TV, and then Netflix, Amazon, Disney Plus, all the different streaming services. I'll have some ideas for you, depending on what you have. And yeah, I enjoy during the summer. We tend to do a little more TV than the rest of the year. So I'm looking forward to that. And we need some new show ideas. So this will be a good chance for me to look for some new things. So we're kind of coming to the end of several things. We just watched the last Madam Secretary last night. And so now we need something else to replace that. And yeah, so next week we'll chat about that, about shows. 2 weeks from now, I think we may actually be taking last minute vacation. So I'll let you know. We may be skipping that week. That would be like July 8th, which how is it possible that it's already nearly July? I cannot believe that we're already facing the end of the month. Yeah, I can't believe it. So let me double check if there's any other comments I need to check out. The yoga workout anytime. Excellent. And alternate poses. Oh, that's very helpful. Thank you for giving me that tip. That gives me a little more encouragement to give it a try and not be concerned about not being able to do it. Well, I will definitely do yoga with Adrienne before next week so that I can report back on it. And so I guess that's that. We just had a couple more people pop in. If anyone else has any comments or things they want to add, etc., I'm happy to stick around. I don't have anything going right now. I've given my kids during this time kind of the mom look and told them to keep themselves occupied during my weekly lives. Excellent. I will come check out your channel. I don't really think I realized that you had a channel, Ingrid. I will definitely check it out, and I will leave your channel link down in the show notes as well. The show notes usually take a little bit of time to show up after the video, after our live is over, but I will get them in there, and I will include your channel link. And again, that 6 weeks planning challenge for homeschool is coming up live, or will start on Monday over on Homeschool Panda. I would love for you guys to stop by. If you do, mention me so I know where I've seen you from. And yeah, I would love to have you. Each one, like I said, it's just going to be about an hour worth. You're not going to plan your school year through it. It's just going to be kind of things that will help you get moving towards planning your year. And so, if again, anyone else have any other little comments, things to chat about, etc., I am happy to stick around. But I don't want to just sit here and stare at you guys either. That feels weird. So, I guess that's that. And I will see you next week to talk about shows. Thanks for coming. I'll see you guys next week.